Welcome to this week's tarot tutorial where I break down the hidden messages and meaning of the tarot one card at a time in a simple bite-sized way. These videos are designed for you to participate and actively learn tarot by creating a keepsake reference book by the end of the series. I'm Heather, and whether this is your first time visiting my channel or you are a longtime subscriber, thank you for joining the pack. In today's video, we will be breaking down the symbolism and interpretation of the Hanged Man. If you find value in today's video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It does help my channel grow and lets me know what kind of content you want to see more of. Now let's jump right into our learning all about the Hanged Man. Grab your card, your glue stick, and your pen. We're working on the Hanged Man today. And I'm just going to glue my card down. So this is the time for you to glue your card down as well if you are following along. I always end up missing the corners with the glue. So hopefully I got it this time. Okay. And there is my Hanged Man. There we go. I'm just pressing it down. So today I'm using a green pen for my Hanged Man. And when you look at the card, what you're going to see is you see a man that's hanging upside down here. He's tied to a tree, looks like a cross. It's in the shape of a cross. He's hanging by 1 foot, so he has 1 foot bound by this vine or rope, and this other foot is crossed in behind him. As he's hanging down, his arms are behind his back. He's got this halo around his head, and you can see also that the expression on his face, it's very calm and serene. He doesn't look stressed or anxious about hanging upside down. So these are the key symbols that you see when you're looking at the Hanged Man. And I'm just trying to think of anything else that I wanted to go over. I think that was it. Okay. So we're going to start with the Hanged Man. I'm just going to turn this. I'm just looking up at my camera up there. Okay, so we're going to turn this like that so I can write a little easier. So the first thing that we're going to point out is the Hanged Man's position. Okay, so he is in an inverted position. He's upside down. And so this inverted position indicates that, well, first he's suspended upside down, but this indicates that he's seeing the world from a different perspective. And this position symbolizes sacrifice, surrender, and the need to release old patterns or beliefs in order to experience transformation. So I'm just going to start right here and I'm going to write inverted position. And just so you know, there's a lot to cover here, so make sure you're writing small. And so upside down, seeing world from different perspective. Okay. It also represents this need to sacrifice, or it represents self-sacrifice, surrender, releasing old patterns and beliefs, and in order to gain, to experience some kind of transformation. So I'm just going to put surrender, sacrifice, release old patterns. It can be thoughts too. I'm going to put thoughts in here. Thoughts, behaviors. Okay. For transformation. Just going to take my glasses off. They're bugging me a little bit. Okay. So now the next thing that we're going to look at is this halo here that's around his head. And I'm going to write this one down here. So we have halo. Now, the halo represents spiritual illumination. It is and awakening. The hangman's enlightenment is found through letting go and surrendering to a higher state of consciousness. And it is through introspection that you gain a higher understanding of life. So, spiritual illumination, awakening. And then also this so introspection, how do I want to write this? Higher understanding through introspection. That's what I want to put. Higher understanding through introspection. There we go. And then the next thing that we're going to look at is this rope or vine. It is different in different cards that's wrapped around his foot and binding him to the tree upside down. So this rope vine does signify bondage and connection. So it's what binds us to our current situation and the connection between the material world and the spiritual realm. And it suggests that the hanged man is in a liminal space that's between the two realms. So I'm going to put it up here, rope slash vine. So this is bondage and connection. Bondage slash connection to material realm and circumstances. Okay. And the circumstances can be things that are actually like situations that are going on in your life. It can also represent though your thoughts and your beliefs and values and those kinds of things as well, that you're bound by them. You can't move forward because you're stuck with those and you just can't see past them. Okay. And now we're going to look at the crossed leg here, how this leg is crossed. And this suggests that the hanged man is in a state of meditation and contemplation and reflecting the stillness and that stillness and patience is required for insight to emerge. So I'm going to do crossed leg. Another thing I'm going to add with this before I finish that off, cross leg, and I'm going to put slash free leg because this has two meanings here. The crossed legs, again, that suggests that state of meditation or contemplation, that stillness, but the free leg also represents flexibility. So this leg here represents flexibility and and the potential for movement forward once a period of pause and reflection is over. And so this indicates that this pause, this upside down position is temporary. So I'm going to start with the cross leg. So state of reflection. And I'm with that same thought, stillness required for insight. And then for the free part, the free leg part, flexibility and potential for forward movement after reflection. Okay. Okay. And now we're going to look at the tied foot. So we have one foot that is bound and tied here. So I'm just going to write tied foot. Okay, and the tide foot symbolizes a state of restriction or limitation that is often self-imposed. So this hanged man, the theory is that this hanged man put himself in this position upside down intentionally. Okay, so this period of, or the state of restriction or limitation is self-imposed because of a deliberate choice to stop and reflect on a situation rather than hastily move forward. So the tied foot represents restriction slash limitation that is self-imposed from choice to reflect rather than move move forward. Okay. Okay. And now the next thing that we're going to be looking at is the tree that the hanged man is hanging from. So this tree, again, it's not just wood that's put up there. It is a tree. You can see vines on it. It's something that's living and breathing and growing and sprouting out from the earth. So the tree symbolizes the connection to the natural world and life's cycles. It indicates that the hanged man's experiences are part of the process of growth and renewal. So I'm just going to put the tree, I'm going to just put tree. So again, connection to natural world, and life cycles. Okay. Okay. And then the next thing we're going to look at is the calm expression on the hanged man's face. So I'm going to just write face expression. So you can see that his face is really calm and serene. He doesn't seem stressed out or anxious that he's hanging upside down in this tree and he's bound. Okay, so this calm expression, it represents an acceptance and peace with taking a moment to pause and reflect, to endure discomfort for the sake of growth and deeper understanding. So calm expression, I'm just going to put equals, okay, acceptance and peace, or acceptance slash peace with pausing slash reflecting, um, and enduring discomfort for growth and slash understanding. Okay. Okay, and now we're going to get into the numerology, and the number of the hanged man is the number 12. So I'm just going to write numerology. Okay, so the numerology is the number 12. The number 12 is a number of growth, creativity, and adaptation. The number 12 is a master number as well, and it signifies transition or a major shift in one's path. It's about surrendering the ego in order to transform into a higher state of being. So, numerology number 12, just going to write it like that, and growth, creativity, adaptation. I'm just going to put a hyphen master number. Number. Okay. So again, it signifies a state of transition and shift in one's path. And it's about surrendering ego and letting go, and in order to transform into a higher state of being. So transformation, letting go, of ego for higher state of being. Okay. And then when we look at the astrology, so I'm just going to write astrology, it is associated with the card, or sorry, with the sign Pisces. So I'm just going to write Pisces. And Pisces represents spirituality, intuition, and the subconscious mind. Okay. Okay, and now we're going to get into some of the interpretation of the Hanged Man. And so the Hanged Man represents surrender, letting go, and gaining a new perspective. It often appears when you're feeling stuck or when when you need to take a personal or make a personal sacrifice in order to achieve enlightenment. So this card suggests that you need to release old patterns or attachments and allow yourself to view life from a new angle. Only by doing this can you gain clarity and experience true transformation. So when we're looking at the Hanged Man in a career reading, it represents or signifies that it is time to conserve your energy, make plans, and reflect on past career decisions and upcoming potential future opportunities. In a relationship reading, the Hanged Man indicates a time of retreat and reflection, that you must tackle some kind of a problem or face a situation alone without the assistance of another person. And when we're looking at a health reading, in a health reading, the hangman indicates that this is a time of low physical energy and vitality, and it is time to look at why you are feeling physically, mentally, or emotionally drained, and what do you need to do to improve your health. So, for example, do you need to change your daily routines and habits, get more sleep, or even change your eating habits? So, that is what we have for a meaning and interpretation. I'm just going to pull this down a little bit more, and I'm going to write interpretation. Okay, you can still see me. Okay. So again, the interpretation is surrender, letting go, gaining new perspective. Okay. Again, it will often appear when you're feeling stuck, or you need to make some kind of a personal sacrifice in order to achieve enlightenment. So this, when Hangman appears, it's telling you that you need to release. So need to release old patterns slash attachments. And I'm going to put in brackets here. So this could be thoughts. So it could be like mental patterns. It could be physical. I'm going to write physical. But when I say physical, that could be attachments to actually things or people, but it can also be the things that you do. So bad habits. So thoughts, physical, and emotional is what I'm putting in brackets. Okay. So you need to release old patterns or attachments to allow yourself to view life from a different perspective. So to view life from different perspective. It can also represent like a period of discomfort is necessary, and that's that self-sacrifice kind of energy. But a period of discomfort is necessary before forward movement can happen. So period of discomfort before forward movement. And I mean that movement can it can represent changes, right? Things that have to that maybe usually when you undergo changes right before, there's that moment where things aren't moving forward at all, not at least until you've released or let go of things. So now we're going to look at the reversed meaning. So I'm just going to write, I'm going to move this up so you can see. And I'm going to write reversed right here. So when Hangman appears reversed in a reading, this represents a person's darkest hour in that they have lost faith in themselves and their faith in their abilities to navigate life's challenges and obstacles. So when the Hangman reverse shows up in a reading, it does indicate that there is a need to focus on the bigger picture in life rather than continuously and unsuccessfully fighting against the current. So when you focus on the bigger picture, and when you take that time to be still, you see the cycles of life, and then you understand that this too shall pass, this period of discomfort. So it represents darkest hour, our lack of faith in self to overcome challenges. Okay. And again, there's this need to focus on big picture in order to, so I'm just going to put to understand, but it's in order to understand. So to understand this too shall pass. Okay. And there we go. I'm just looking up at my camera to make sure that this is in the picture. And there you go. That is our Hanged Man. Thank you for joining me today on your path of learning. Join me next week when we dive into the Death card. If you found today's video informative, fun, or both, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and check out my free monthly and weekly tarot readings.